Be back. Hi you guys, I'm coming in to give you all an update because I did a thing. I bought 500 worms. Yes, I did. I bought 500 worms and I made myself a worm bin. I made myself a DIY worm bin. The reason why I bought 500 worms is because I would love forever worm castings. I am forever buying worm castings from the store, so I figured why not let me try to make my own worm castings and stop going to the store spending all my coins on worm castings. I love worm castings because it does wonders for my garden and it has all the nutrients in it when it comes to the nutrients that you need for your garden. So I figured I would try my hands at worm castings. So I bought myself 500 worms from this company called Uncle Jim's Worms Farm, I believe. I will show you guys in this video where I got them from, the label, what website and everything. But yes, I bought 500 worms. I set myself up a worm bin so I could start getting me some worm castings. And I figured there will be many different, benefits from doing this. One, food scraps. You're giving your food scraps back to the earth pretty much. You're letting the worms eat off of them and they're giving you something back as well that is going to be black gold for your garden. For those who do not know what worm casting is, it's pretty much worm poop. That's all it is. And worm composting, that's what this is. What I'm doing here is making a bin for them. I'm making bedding for them, setting up a, like a little hotel for them, and I'm feeding them, and they will produce worm casting for me. And you can feed them just natural organic things such as like food scraps, plants, organic matter materials such as cardboard or newspaper, all the things that will be naturally broken down by earthworms, also with bacteria and other insects as well to help break it down. Okay, so let's get into it. The first thing I did to make my worm bin, I grabbed a 27-gallon tote that I already had on hand and I drilled holes all throughout the bottom of the bin. Then I went around the bottom of the bin and drilled holes around the bottom of the bin as well. This is supposed to help for ventilation and drainage to catch at the bottom of the other bin, so the bedding and the worm bin does not stay wet. It's not supposed to be drenched. It's not supposed to be soggy wet or full of water. That can cause many different things bad to happen, such as it starts smelling and maybe the worms will possibly die. I don't know, it's many different bad factors of keeping the worm bin not too watery. So yes, the second thing you are going to do is drill holes around the top. Well, that's the third thing. Third thing you're going to do is drill holes around the top of the bin so that can create more ventilation for the worms as well. And then after that, you're going to start adding your bedding. Now you can use peat moss, coco coir, and then also add the natural organic materials such as shredded up newspaper, shredded up cardboard for the bedding. And then after that, you want to get the bedding moist as possible. You do not want it to be drenched and soaked in water. You want it to be the moisture and the consistency of a wrung out sponge. So you shouldn't have much water running through your hands once you grab once you grab a scoop of the bedding and the soil and squeeze it between your hands, and it should not be wringing out water, pouring down water. It should have a couple of drops running through your hands, and that's it. That's the right amount of moisture that the bin needs to have. after that, you put your worms in, let your worms settle in for a couple of hours. They're gonna go crazy because it's a new environment for them, but let them settle in and they'll get used to it. So come back a couple of hours later and add a little more bedding and just let them settle in a little bit more. And then a couple of more hours later, you can go back and add about, well, it depends on how many worms you have. So you can add about 2.5 cups of food to the worm bin, but like I said, it all depends on how many worms you have. So you don't want to put too much or too less. So do your research on, you know, what's the right amount for you if you do decide to get or do yourself a worm bin. And this worm casking can be used as a plant fertilizer for your garden and also your house plants. And there are many different, you know, like I said again, benefits of worm casting or worm composting. You're giving back to the earth. You're reducing your food scraps that may end up in the landfill somewhere. And it's also stated to be known one of the fastest method to decomposing food by worm composting. So worm casting is, like I said, it's also worm composting. Worm composting is worm casting, and it can be ready in as little as 2 to 4 weeks. The worm casting will contain all the nutrients you need as far as the potassium, the phosphorus, and the nitrogen. And you can also do your worm composting inside or outdoors. The choice is yours. Website that I got the worms from. There are many other different websites that you can possibly get worms from. This is not the only website, but this is the one that I got it from. I actually went on Amazon and looked up worms and I found this company, but they have their own direct website that you can go to and, you know, look and research, and they have plenty of answers to the questions that you probably have. So yeah, if you want to know a little bit more, you can definitely reach out to them and get your information. But yeah, I thought I'd come in and share with you guys of the new thing that I'm doing. So yeah, I'm going to keep you guys updated, and I hope this is inspiring to someone to go out and start a garden, sow your own seed, and just go out and do it. I promise you, you won't regret it. Okay, you won't regret it at all. All right guys, I'll see you guys later. I'll check back in with you later. I'll probably upload a garden tour couple of days, probably tomorrow, right before it rains again. But yeah, that is it, you guys. I hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Bye.